Sunday, 9 July 2023. Lorne Michaels had a quote, and maybe I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if I have it exact, but we go on because it's 11:30, not because the show's ready. We go on not because the show's ready, but because it's 11:30. If you don't know Lorne Michaels, he was the guy who created Saturday Night Live back in the 70s, and has been kind of at the helm for most of that time. There were a couple years where he wasn't there. Um, you know, those years gave us Eddie Murphy. I don't want to get into a whole tangent on that. But often on Sundays, I might talk about Saturday Night Live. It's currently out of season, like they're not currently airing new episodes. But I've been watching it definitely all throughout the Kenan Thompson years, which I think did he show up in 2002, maybe? So he's been there like 20, was that 21 years, 22 years. And there's something about that ritual of like the of a practice art. You know, sometimes your variables stay the same, but when you show up, the circumstances are different. You're going to write about different things. You're going to have different performers. And so there's certainly people there that I could talk about because they've all gone on to do amazing things. You know, of course, the cast itself has featured a range of people, and then each of them have bodies of work that they've done, television, movies, so on and so forth. And I love almost the time capsule effect of it. You know, if you see that, you know, that rerun from the mid 90s, and they're joking because that was the week that President Clinton had announced a policy, da da da. You know, you can remember it if you were either alive or you can sort of look it up to say, oh yeah, that week in the news, here's what was going on. So a part of me wants to not so much incorporate topical things, but certainly incorporate things maybe as they're happening in the world, so on and so forth. Of course, that is if it has to do with my research, my findings in the way of filmmaking. Missed a couple days, as you saw. Likely, maybe you didn't see. No worries. And then I did watch a couple of movies that I want to talk about, but I might wait until I finished like the series of movies to talk about them collectively. Maybe. Yeah. Because here's one fun fact. So wait, today's July the 9th. There was a movie that came out on July the 10th, but 8 years ago, so 2015. And I just recently watched it at the suggestion of a friend of mine, and that's good times. And I probably should. Well, I was gonna say I could talk about the outcome of the meeting that I mentioned, but I don't know if I'll wait on that. Got some more reading to do and some deadlines coming up. So we'll see if I can get around to that. But otherwise, I'm just surfing the YouTubes, trying to, in part, figure out what works. I know that the algorithm certainly is probably feeding me things that I want to watch. I've been finding little prank videos. Those have kept me hooked. Those have been, you know, found myself laughing out loud at the absurdity of some things. But and some of it, I want to bring my lessons learned into this, but I'm not like a prank channel. You know what I mean? Um, but hopefully we can give you accurate titles. That's another thing is in terms of what people will click on if they click on a thing. All right, it's 5 minutes. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Or don't. That's fine.